What's up, everybody? It's the 30s perspective. Hey. Oh.
Hey.
Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey, ho.
Right. Hey, you the ho. Right.
You the ho.
Yo, that song is so great. I love Ludacris's "You the Ho."
So tonight we're just freestyling, y'all. Some of our hosts, some of my co-hosts, love the freestyle episodes. So, I figured I'd throw them in there, from time to time. Tonight is one of them. What's up, B Mike?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. And I'm Sherelle Unique.
All right. So we were talking before we hit the record, but all right. What we're I guess binge watching right now in September because it's now the fall season. So what are you doing for the fall? What are you binge watching right now when you got time when you get home?
So there's a show that comes on BET called American Soul, and it's kind of based off of Don Cornelius and Soul Train, how it got started. But it's I don't know, it's fun. Like I like it a lot. Like it has the Don Cornelius like backstory, but then it also has like three youth who can sing and dance who they are connected to Soul Train because they're supposed to be like three of the dancers, Soul Train dancers.
All right, so is this like a dramatic series, or is it like a docu-series?
It's a series, a dramatic series. It's not. I won't call it a docu-series because it got a few elements that don't have anything to do with Don Cornelius. If that makes sense.
Oh, so it's like the Get Down. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so I like it a lot. I don't have cable right now.
Man, nobody needs cable in 2020.
Right. I've been watching it on demand at my dad's house, but and I just been back to back watching it, and I like it a whole lot. The music is awesome. Kelly Price is in it. Who else? There's a lot of stars. You got Kelly Rowland playing as Gladys Knight. You got K. Michelle playing as what's her name? Martha Reeves. You have
and the Vandellas. All right.
Yeah, like what they're doing is they have these guests come on that pretend they're these other guests. So the first episode had Kelly Rowland performing as if she's Diana Ross. Now, I'm sorry, not Diana Ross, but Gladys Knight. But then they had Michelle from Destiny's Child play Diana Ross. But the only thing I didn't like was because, Kelly's not a soul singer and Gladys is a soul singer. So, they did their best that they could do with that. But
well, because they're trying. So there's not a whole lot of big spotlight soul singers right now. That's the issue.
You're right.
They're trying to get the synergy of a big star, and they want someone to do soul. But what soul singers now are top big spotlight stars right now?
There aren't many.
Andra Day, they shouldn't look anything like Gladys Knight.
They got the three teenagers who are Soul Train dancers, but we're watching them because they have a singing group. Two of them are siblings, so we're watching their journey, and their mom is Kelly Price. And then the one dude, his mom is she's really strung out on drugs to the point where he gotta shoot her up with a needle just to make sure she get the proper dose. I think his dad might be dead or out of his life. He's raising his baby sister, but he's part of the singing group too. But then he's also getting himself involved in a life of crime that he's trying to get himself out of. And so you're watching these three trying to go from Soul Train dancers to Soul Train performers, real performers, and you're watching Don Cornelius, how he got started and developed American Soul.
All right, I got a question. I don't watch the show, and I'm not, big on his backstory yet. Like, he's not an energetic host. How did he become the host of such an energetic show?
He created it.
He said, "I'm the host." He was just talking like this. And
that's exactly what he created. And he was a cop. He was in the military. He was a cop. He quit his job as a cop to get into radio, and then he started Soul Train from there. I got into that. So that's an and then he ended up killing himself in his 70s. He shot himself in the head.
Actually, I didn't even know that. You teaching me something right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. And let me say before we move on of this topic, Kelly Price sung Nina Simone's "Feeling Good," and she sung the heck out of that song. Like, I've never heard her sing like this, and she's a beast. Don't get me wrong, because she's a monster. But the way she sung that song, I could listen to it once a day, every day.
Do it. Put it on repeat.
I can't find it because it's in the show. I can't find it. I've been looking everywhere for it. I would buy it. I can't find it. But she kills that song.
Who?
We're talking about shows that we've been binge watching.
Yeah, for like if the fall just started, like what are y'all on y'all binge watching list right now? So that's what we're talking about. She was talking about what's it called, American Soul on Black Embarrassment Television.
Oh yeah, and Black Embarrassment Television.
Yeah. You're talking about on BET and apparently I'm thinking about checking it out, man. It's about Soul Train. Soul Train, Don Cornelius. And now we're going to bring Earth and Fire to the stage.
And he was a whole butthole. Like, he was mean. He was a jerk.
Of course he's mean.
You know, he's cheating on his wife. So we're watching the breakdown of his marriage, the build-up of Soul Train. Like, it's a whole lot of moving parts. And I really like it.
All right. Yeah, that's the thing. You know what? It's funny. He kind of connects to a show I'm binge watching right now. It's not new. One of those shows that like you caught bits and pieces of episodes and now you want to do the whole thing again. And that's Black Dynamite, the cartoon though. I love the movie. I love but Black Dynamite, the cartoon that was on Cartoon Network, they did an episode with with Soul Train and Don Cornelius. And but see, in that episode, they made him like a mafia don. He was like running organized crime, and Soul Train was just a front.
But you in American Soul, they see him getting involved with some criminals too. So that's another
maybe there's some truth to it then. Yeah. And what's funny is his voice is so boring. He puts himself to sleep the entire episode. But he'll start a sentence and then like he'll just go to sleep, and then he'll wake back up and finish it. Like it's man. He could be in the middle of threatening someone's life and just fall asleep and then come back.
That's funny.
Yeah, Black Dynamite's funny, man. All right, Alicia, what are you binge watching right now? What's that show you can't get enough of?
Nothing.
That sounds like a good show. What station is that on?
I'm not really watching anything. Like, I don't really watch too much TV anymore because it's just all the worst. I don't know. It's just, there's nothing really that I've been like into recently that I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch.
All right.
I got back into reading books again. So I have a couple books that are.
Oh, wow. Hard copy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to love to read like all the time. That was my favorite pastime, is getting into my ultra world of a book of some sort. But watching TV, like sitting and watching like anymore, I haven't found any that I like. I mean, we're watching, Power, and we were watching The Chi and stuff like that, like, just the normal shows. But Anything new? No. Anything like on Netflix? Not really. Like,
I
I think I'm
watched
gonna
Power one time.
need for you to get it together.
I don't know. I didn't have cable or whatever for the longest time. I didn't even watch much TV at all till COVID really started and I was forced to be at home. So I would always be on the go so much and watch whatever I would watch would mostly be on YouTube. So that's pretty much why I wasn't watching TV at home at all till recently.
I tried to watch that new show that was like not a spinoff, but kind of like the gay woman version of Insecure. I forget the name of the show. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. But it was like, it's about this gay woman who is trying to get into like screenwriting. I think it is screenwriting. And she like gets connected with this other Black woman who is kind of going through all these different things in her life and kind of not sure where she's at in life. But that was as far as I got. I watched 2 or 3 episodes of it, but it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the worst. I forget the name of it.
I love watching Insecure when it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Who love watching that? I've never heard the one you're talking about.
I heard good things.
About
good things about Insecure. I haven't watched it.
It's good. Insecure is really good.
I love it.
I was like one of the first shows in a really long time that gave us like a breath of fresh air. Like, it's something different. It's not the typical like, Black show where, people are out here killing each other for money, drugs, sex. Like, it's actually funny, everyday, regular Black woman that's just trying to work and make her life.
Don't watch Black Dynamite then.
You said Black Dynamite?
Don't watch Black Dynamite. Don't watch Black Dynamite then if you don't want that. The storyline.
Black Dynamite.
He runs a orphanage. Huh?
Oh.
What was your question?
No, because there's some show that John's watching. Go see Daddy. There is like some show that John's watching. Like, it's about this like gay man who's like running what is it called? A strip club.
Oh,
and,
no, that's not it.
There's a whole bunch of
is that P Valley or Pink?
Yes, there it is, P Valley.
I never watched
Black Dynamite.
Seeing everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Black Dynamite's a spin-off cartoon from the movie that was a parody of blaxploitation films, and it's over the top. Because Adult Swim, Cartoon Network produced it when it was on, and it's definitely over the top. Especially if you have a love for blaxploitation films like I do. So,
I've never seen I've never seen the cartoon.
The cartoon?
Yeah, I love the movie. I've never seen the cartoon.
Yeah, because and they kept all the original cast members for their characters. So it's the same people doing the voices that are from the movies. And you have, Michael Jai White, you got Tommy Davidson, and all the original people are in it.
You said what network does it come on?
And right now HBO has bought or co-owns it. Originally produced by Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, but right now HBO has it.
Okay.
And it's funny. I can't yeah.
I feel you. I mean,
and he runs a orphanage.
Go.
You remember the orphanage? Got the whores and the orphans? Is the whores taking care of the orphans? In the orphanage?
No, I don't remember any of that.
That was in the movie. They didn't emphasize. Remember Honeybee, like the main chick in the movie? She's the one that manages the orphanage when Black Dynamite is not there.
I don't remember the orphanage part of it. Like, I remember her.
An orphan. And so he runs the brothel that's also an orphanage. It is called the orphanage.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta watch it so you can get what I'm talking about. But also, like I said, if you watch blaxploitation films, then it's even funnier because you see where they pull the material from.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching certain reality shows. Like, I like to watch Marriage Boot Camp.
Marriage Boot Camp.
I've been watching Tamar Braxton's Get Your Life. I'm gonna start doing reviews on that because I'm just kind of invested in it.
What do you think about that Married at First Sight?
I don't like Married at First Sight too much, but I like 90 Day Fiance.
Is that like the minor league version of that?
Of Marriage at First Sight, but I've never watched 90 Day Fiance.
What's 90 Day Fiance?
Joe,
tell us about it, Alicia.
What's 90 Day Fiance? Is it like Married at First Sight, but it's the minor leagues? Like, what is 90 Day Fiance?
Okay, so you take Married at First Sight and like you put it on steroids. So,
what's more intense than that?
Right. So it's these people who meet these people online from other countries and they start dating them online.
Wow. Do you get to pick the country?
Huh?
Do you get to pick the country or do the producers do?
No, you've already been talking with this person. So let me explain that. So,
all right.
Okay, so these are people that have been talking to these other people from other countries off of dating sites, So like, you have your dating sites for like Colombia, you have your dating sites for Russia, you have your dating sites for like all over the place. So these people have been talking to these people online, and they're in the phase now where they want to marry this person that they've never met in person. Most of them, the majority of them, have never met this person in person. A lot of them have just been having conversations.
Yeah, because they're in other countries. I got you.
Exactly. So, so when they get on the show, they're at the point where, right? And they're at the point now where they want to marry them. So this is where they start applying for the K-1 visa for them to come to the United States. So they'll either go over there and meet with them, or the person will come here. But most of the time, it's people from the United States leaving to go meet their significant other from wherever they're from. So half the time, these people, like when they get with them and they start like being with them for like 3 months, like things start changing, because it's like you've only had communication over the computer or over the phone. So like their whole dynamics with things change. People have lied about things. Like the one guy, which I thought was really funny, he was dating this woman from Russia, and he didn't even have an address or nothing. And he's talking about he wants to marry her, he wants to go over there. So he decided to bring her here a couple times. They were going to meet other places. She blew him off numerous times. So he decided to just take a flight out there and find her address that he sent the stuff that he's been sending it to. So he gets to the address, and it's some old guy he's like, oh, nobody by that name or anybody lives here, because he just had a picture of her, because he was off of the one site where he had to pay to be on. So he's paying hundreds of dollars a month to be on this site, and he only has one picture of the girl.
Nah, man. See, that's all right. See, guys like that deserve the shit they get for getting catfished. For real.
But it was so funny,
man. That's so evil to do that to somebody.
But what happened
I got you, but it's stupid. I got one pick. And I'm gonna send shit. Nah, man.
And this is the girl. So like finally, like, with them being on this show, they found her, and like he was over there for like 3 weeks and couldn't find her. And then finally, like, he spoke with her on the website and told her that she had one more chance to come out. And
no more chances. No more chances. I showed up in the old man's house.
At the airport, right before he was getting ready to leave, he proposed to her.
No, wait, what?
Yeah, gave her a ring and everything. Like, and then when they did the reunion show, he hasn't spoke to her since. Couldn't find her. She like disappeared.
No, of course she
it's
bounced.
a mix between like Catfish and Married at First Sight.
Right. So like, but there are people who've like married and like they're together, and like that's where they it's called 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. So it's all the people that have married in this thing, and they're together. Some of them have kids, some of them like have completed the K-1 visa process, and they now live here in the United States. And it's crazy to think like this is really like what people do.
Yeah, but like for me, reality show ain't really reality. I know they script that shit too and they make a theme. Like, I mean, I don't even really like reality show that much. The last like reality shows I got into, I was like a teenager watching like Real World, I guess. But other than that, unless it's like some sort of game show competition, I don't want to watch reality TV. Like, I feel it's also scripted.
I watch some stuff.
I mean, other than that,
I can't really do Love and Hip Hop that much unless it's somebody that I care about that's on there, somebody that I might specifically like. But I can't. It's not something I can really. I don't want to watch that ratchet stuff. Like, that makes me feel like I'm at work. I don't want to watch all that ratchetness all the time.
I watch the 16 and Pregnant, the OG version, and
all the old girls.
Right. And Teen Mom too. So hear me out. This may sound terrible to people, but I honestly don't care. I love watching reality shows that don't have ratchet black people in it.
Yeah.
Because it goes to show that we're not the only ones that are ratchet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. So for me, it's just like it's a feel-good moment, and it sounds really terrible. But I've been watching these girls since I was in high school. Well, my last year of high school. Like, some of them.
Well, I think it shined a light on lower middle class and poor white folks a lot, because you think about like Honey Boo Boo and Hoarders and all those ones, like, they shine a light on parts of white America that weren't being displayed previously.
Mm-hmm.
And
that sounds really terrible when I say it that way, but
I'm fine with it.
I understand, but like, you understand, like, watching the same narrative with black folks,
it gets old.
It gets really old, and it's like,
I mean, before that, think about in the 80s, like the reality shows with white people in the 80s was like the lifestyle of the rich and famous. It was never like showing the average blue collar type of person. It was,
right.
People with the yuppies with the yachts and all that stuff. That's what's happening. The mansions and the gold this. And, back when Donald Trump was cool-ish in the 80s.
And it's so funny because, like, some of these girls that are on there are them ratchet white girls that, like, you look at them and it's like, man, your family is just as fucked up as the rest of these black folk family out here acting crazy. It's to me, I'm sorry. To me, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a friend of mine who I was participating in some activity of hers. I won't say what it was because it kind of gives it away. And
what was y'all doing?
No, it's not nothing bad, but it was like,
okay.
But I don't want to say what it is because it gives away the person. So
yes.
I don't want them to think that I'm talking about them in a negative light, but you know. But anyways, so and what happened is that somebody in her family got upset at something that had happened at this event. And when I tell you that family member shut it down, she shut the whole thing down. And for me, as a young Black girl that, you know, growing up in the area in which I grew up, to where, you know, kind of white people kind of like, you know, they get embarrassed at things like that, or they kind of like, oh no, not my family. Oh, my family would never do anything like that type thing. And to see this being done, I sat back like, whoo, I'm so glad this ain't my family this time. Like, girl, I said, oh, she shut it down. Like, I was like, ooh, that's funny. That's real funny. So, yeah, it was kind of comical to me to see that done, because it was just like, it's nice to know that, you know, how people kind of portray us to be, you know, these ignorant, always got a problem or issue type things, and to see it done on the opposite end, it's like, I'm gonna sit back and sip my tea and I'm gonna watch this.
I watch a lot of Dr. Phil and on YouTube.
Catch me outside.
Yeah, I like, because like I said, most of what I watch is on YouTube, so I watch a lot of Dr. Phil. Probably for the same reasons. I'd be like, dang, y'all go through some stuff.
Right.
Like stuff that you couldn't even imagine. Like,
right.
Really dysfunctional stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I like a lot. I watch a whole lot of Dr. Phil. I watch a whole lot of Vlad TV. Like I said, Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life. And then I listen to different podcasters like Bondi Blue, Kev on Stage. I watch a whole bunch of Kev on Stage and All Def Digital, Tony Baker.
See, I like Gary Owen, I like his podcast.
Gary Owen's podcast. I've seen that a couple times. And
I'll watch Joe Rogan too. I will.
I watch Joe Rogan too. I like Joe Rogan. Patrick Cloud and Black Love. I like to watch that a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I get over, I think we all do, but especially me, there's like an oversaturation of negative love stories. And so like, then you be like in your feelings, especially about the opposite sex, like, see, men are always this, and then the dudes be like, the women are always, you know, so I try to watch Black Love so I can just kind of give a little.
I'll be like, both sides are all fucked up. That's my whole perspective.
I don't want to be like that. I just want to listen to the love stories, how they fell in love, what are they doing to stay in love, you know, all that type of stuff, so I can keep a positive attitude about relationships and healthy relationships. So I'll be watching Black Love a lot. But then I just found
I love Black Love.
I love Black Love too. And then there's To Catch a Beautician. I've been loving
I think that is so funny.
To Catch a Beautician.
Yes, that show is so funny.
What?
So To Catch a Beautician.
These people have gotten bad hair jobs by these beauticians.
Yeah.
And they have called them out, and the beautician's like, no, not me type thing. So then like they'll bring them in and say that they've, you know, oh, they're looking for a beautician for this certain thing or whatever. So then what they do is they'll catch them like in the interview talking about, oh, well, have you ever done like box braids before? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I've done it. Oh, I'm really good at this. And I'm really
they pull a picture out like, what about these box braids that you did? And it'll be like,
and they'll be the person whose hair, like, they messed up. And they're like, that's not my work. And they'll be like, that's not your work? They'll be like, oh, well, I have somebody that begs to differ. Like, and they'll bring them out and they'll be like, and she was like, so you didn't do these? She was like, because I came to your house. She was like, and the one girl has cracking up because she kept looking over her glasses. She was like, I don't know if I know you. Like, she said, what's your name? Like,
so like the customer gets a chance to confront the beautician or barber who messed them up.
Right.
And yeah. And so then the barber or beautician get a chance to redeem themselves by working with this celebrity stylist that used to do Michelle Obama's hair or whatever.
So this is like Restaurant Impossible mixed with Catch a Predator?
Catch a Predator.
Catch a Predator, though? It should be more
remember
like...
the show Catch a Predator?
It should be more like Cheaters.
It's the same format. It's to catch a beautician is to catch a predator. You remember that show? I know y'all remember that shit.
I forgot about that show.
And every episode was the same. Like, they invite this dude over to try to hook up with his 12-year-old, and they put, like, a plate of cookies out. And he'll be sitting there, like, eating the cookies, waiting for the girl to come out. And then, like, dude runs out with, like, a camera crew. Like, you trying to fuck your 12-year-old? And they were like, nah! The police is right outside.
I hate you so much for bringing up this show. I hate you so much. Yo,
it's
there's
the
a
same
new
show.
And I was about to mention it. There's this new show called Ghosted.
Yes.
And I just found it like the other day, where you confront the person that ghosted you to try to figure out why they ghosted you. And y'all might have been in love, or you know, you're gonna have a much deeper relationship than just talking usually. But it's friends, it's love, it's relationships. It's like, and y'all sit down and talk about, like, why did you ghost me? Like, I was your friend, I loved you, you know, whatever. And then they have to tell you why they ghosted you. And it's a real uncomfortable conversation.
You ghosted, move on. Like, what's the? That shit sound bad. You're like, why'd you ghost me? And they're like, oh, that's why I ghosted you. Look at you, you're sitting over here at the TV show. It's too much.
But people really be saying
was
that.
A whole jerk about it. Just
no, that's
people
what
really
it is. Like, this is why I ghosted you right here.
Cause you're crazy.
Somebody did this girl just like that.
Cause that's real. Why'd you ghost me? You went on a TV show about getting ghosted, so that's why it's too much.
Well, I don't know, but
I
found it, and I like it a lot.
All right, do it, man. I like to watch the non-reality shows. I like to watch, like, Snowfall. Just got finished getting caught up on that, and watch Queen of the South.
Lovecraft right now.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. I don't watch it.
Okay. And then because it's fall time, and I love Halloween. Getting into spooky shit. There's a show that I didn't expect to like, but it turned out like I keep watching it. It was one of those unexpected ones, and it's the what's it called? It's on Netflix, and it's called what is it? The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I don't know if y'all even saw that or not. So with the
Sabrina, the teenage witch type thing.
Yeah, all right. So it's the same show, but of course you remember the Melissa Joan Hart version was a sitcom all goofy and shit, right? This is the really dark version of that, like really dark version of that. Like there's plenty of they plenty of evil witchcraft type of stuff. There's Satan's involved. They got sex in there. Like all this is completely different. But it's the same type of thing. Still got Sabrina and the two aunts and Salem and it's all that. But they got it's something else, man. It's something like. But I like those supernatural shows, man. Like I finished watching full series of Grimm, and
you watched that new show that's on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it. When I was getting my hair done, the one lady she was watching it. It's about this dude named Lucifer.
Yeah, the show's called I Love Lucifer. That's an awesome show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they're on season, they got canceled and Netflix picked them up, and they have a whole Lucifer's a different concept, because it is about Lucifer Morningstar, Satan, whatever, and it's like kind of like from his perspective because what in the series is Lucifer is tired of running hell. He's like, fuck it, I'm done. Like,
right.
And he leaves. Like in 2005 is when the story takes place. He leaves and goes open a nightclub in LA. That's it. And So there's no one running hell. So he's up here on Earth just running a nightclub, and then the rest of the celestial beings are like, dude, you can't leave. That was your job. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, find somebody else. I'm cool. I'm chilling. And that's how it starts off. And then he's up here. He's still being the wild, crazy Lucifer.
But he's like a detective or something.
So here's what happened with that. Yeah, so first episode, because he still helps people out. He like makes deals with folks, and he never lies. There's something about his person. He never lies, not once. He'll never lie, which is kind of interesting because he keeps telling people, "I'm Lucifer Morningstar," and people are like, "Yeah, okay, crazy dude, whatever." And he's like, "I never lied to y'all. Like I've been to say it." But the first episode is one of the humans that he, has taken a liking to, that became a celebrity. She ends up getting shot and killed in front of his club. And he's like, yo, what the hell? I got to find who did this. I'm Lucifer. My job is to torture people that do bad things. I want to find this dude. So this female detective shows up, Chloe, to do the case. She's like, I'm working the case with you. She's like, no, you're a civilian. You don't got any work with. So he pursues the case. And after that, he just starts helping her out with murder cases to catch bad people. And it's weird because he ends up going to a shrink. Like Lucifer goes to a psychiatrist regularly to like understand himself. Let's check it out. That's all I gotta say. It's a good show. It's a really good show.
I won't be watching that show, but why?
Why not? Why not though? What's wrong with it?
I don't. That's not my speed. But
it's a cop show.
But why does he not want to run hell anymore? What's that about?
Right. So that's about the fact that he never wanted to run hell to begin with. God gave him this job. Like, he forced him to take this job. He never wanted to do that, ever. And he always gets upset throughout the series because he's like, look, I don't make people do bad shit. Y'all do bad shit on your own. I'm just in charge of punishing you when you do. I don't influence none of y'all to do none of y'all stuff. Like, don't stop blaming me for what y'all are doing. So he gets mad about that. But overall, he left because he's tired.
When I was watching it, like the innuendos that was going on and all of that.
Yeah, he's still wild and crazy.
It was like, I didn't like it. Like, there's just some things that I don't.
Okay.
That was one of them.
Yeah, he's still wild and crazy. He's still
like
doing all the wild, crazy partying.
Why I stopped watching that one show with the two brothers that chased the ghosts.
You mean Ghost Adventures?
No.
What? You mean a reality show or is it a fake one?
It's a TV show.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures is a TV show. Which one are you talking about?
No.
The two brothers are chasing ghosts.
Yeah, they chase.
Is it a reality show?
No.
Oh, I don't know. You mean Supernatural?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care for that one either, just because it's just like I don't like how they depict a lot of different things. But I mean, to each their own. There's lots of people who love that show.
That show, I watched all the way up until the original writer left. So the original writer,
it got weird. It got like too. It kind of got too religious. Like they were trying.
After season 5, the original writer left, and it's like on season 13. But after season 5, it got stupid. So 1 through 5, cool. And then like the writer was like, I have completed the story. Like if you watch the end of season 5, the story is completed. It has finished. It is done. But because it was so popular, network like, we're gonna keep this going. And like, no, it was bad.
It got too like religious churchy for me. Like they were talking about like stuff that I was just like, I don't know if I really like this. I believe in I believe in spirits. I believe spirits are real. Y'all took
but I mean, it's all fictional writing and interpretation, not like
some
word
of
of truth, whatever.
Some of it is, but some of it they pull from the Bible.
Oh no, they pull from it, but their writing is still writing a story like any other story.
I'm not saying that they don't. There's lots of stuff that do that, but like I said, there's just certain things that me personally I can't get with. Like stuff like that, I don't really care too much for. I think it's a bad interpretation of, but I mean that's my opinion. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that like when it comes to like certain shows that like I love, and then there's certain shows that I'm just like, I don't even know how it even made it this far.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you made it this far.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, it's a time of year, man. It's Halloween time of year. I already started my horror movie list.